Vincent, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Michael. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. Yes.
That's good. That's good.
How are you?
Oh, yeah. I sort of was on such a high after last week's session and talking to the other Michael, but then I sort of came crashing down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, tell me more. Yes.
Well, I just sort of got excited about, this idea of the Olympics and, representing Australia and stuff. And I just sort of thought, well, what are my strengths and what are my mental health strengths and how can I build on them? And I thought, well, phobias are a big one. I could really build up a big sort of like catalogue of phobias that I could maybe present. But then I thought maybe it's more mental health, like strengths, displays of mental health as strength. And then I thought, well, maybe someone like Uri Geller might be there, bending spoons, and I've never tried that sort of stuff.
Oh no! I think Michael was very clear that Uri Geller is a mental health professional. So definitely, there's definitely no Uri Geller. No.
Oh no, so he won't be there. Okay. Well, yeah, I was just thought about that sort of stuff. Yeah, but then I thought, look, I'm not good enough. I'm just not good enough. And I spoke to my partner, and she was like, why are you getting so caught up in this? Because she thinks I'm overly competitive and, just sort of do what you do and don't get so sort of caught up in the drama of it all. So, and I haven't heard from, Michael, and I'm not expecting to because I know he's very busy touring around Australia, looking for participants, and I don't expect a call. I don't expect that. But yeah, I sort of got really hooked up in the whole scenario, and then came crashing down, which is what happens. That happens to me. So yeah. But other than that, I've been good. I'm still striking, and yeah.
Yes. Well, to commence the session proper, and I do want to discuss the Napoleon's hat, obviously, but so no harm, no self-harm.
None of that. All good. Yes. No. The only thing is, I don't know. I think I sort of did in the middle of the night. One night, I sort of drew a Napoleon's hat on the top of your head.
Okay, yes, we talked about that last session. Yes.
Yeah, which was, it sort of looks okay. It just looks,
Yeah.
It makes you look more kind of authoritative.
Yeah. Well, yes, and look, I don't know if you remember when we first met, which was the one time we met. I'm actually quite tall.
Yes.
Yes. But
yes. Yes, I know, but it's strange because you're quite tall and you're sitting on a Shetland pony, your ankles are dragging on the ground.
So
you've got. Yeah, it's a very strange
Right. So I will mention. So there's a certain amount of cognitive dissonance there, which I will mention to Michael because that's one of the events. Yes, and that's great. So there's another, but listen, that's terrific. So and I didn't want to dwell too much on Michael. And look, the reason he hasn't been in touch because we stayed back and chatted, and he was very, very impressed.
Good.
And obviously he hasn't been in touch for a bunch of reasons. One is like he said, there's a lot of scouting that he has to do. And he actually, for privacy and confidentiality reasons, he doesn't have your details. So, him getting in touch would be through me. So that's obviously a reason. And I'm sorry that you went into a trough. That was certainly not. But no, he was very positive. But like he said, there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of folks like you who are very, very strong contenders in various fields. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I sort of get you get your hopes up. And I think, having hopes and having them up all the time is exhausting. So you sort of, I got exhausted, and then, but that's all by the by, you've got to keep living life, don't you? You just have to keep living.
Well, that's right, and I don't know if you know this, but Michael. Well, you don't know this because I haven't. No, you don't know this. But Michael shared with me the motto for the Mental Olympics. So it's not the motto. They're trying to turn it into a. It's not a battle cry. But they're trying to turn it into a song, but they can't find, the rhyming for it. But it's sort of the essence, the core of it is, you don't get the highs without the downs, the lows without the downs, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So it's one of those things you've got to appreciate, both sides of the ellipse. No, it's not the ellipse. It's the coin. No. Anyway, so the point is, I think what you're going through is perfectly is natural. It's normal, and it's yes. So it's terrific. I think and I'll pass this on to Michael, and I think he'll be delighted that you've experienced these this full range of emotions, because it's yes. No, terrific.
That's good. That's good to hear. I just, look, I spoke to my partner, and they were really, dubious, sceptical, but then saw the potential in it because they would really, they liked the idea of going to Vienna, that sort of.
Yes.
That sort of element was exciting.
So a bit of travel, yeah, that's nice. And actually, now you mention your partner, something that Michael brought up as well, which then we talked about, and he was extremely interested because I sort of without breaching confidentiality, which I guess I did. We discussed some of those things. When your partner, pushed you down the stairs, or you thought she did, and all, some of those things that she's been saying to you, and whispering in your ear, and imagining that Vladimir Putin is looking at her, or Stalin is looking at her while you are in flagrante, like all those things, and he sort of mentioned and one of the things that I've one of the subjects in my course that I've been studying is couples therapy, and I'm not and he mentioned he hasn't seen her charts, and obviously because she hasn't been charted, but I just wondered I wondered, and he thought it was a terrific idea as well. Is maybe we get your partner charted, and just see and look, maybe just pass them on. I'm happy to.
Is that something I could do surreptitiously, or do I need?
Well, you could maybe just sort of slip them into the newspaper and sort of pretend it's like the weekend quiz. I don't know.
Yeah, I could try that.
See how that goes. That's just a thought, because again, I'm not here to give advice. But then what they could potentially lead to, and look, the sky's the limit, really. But it could lead to sort of charting your partner, which would be great, and then potentially there's that whole bubbles thing, which which Michael talked about, and that would be terrific, because that, as Michael said, is. The other Michael, that is. I don't speak of myself in the third person, not during sessions anyway. But what there's that, because it's the way he's described it to me, which sounds fantastic. Is it's a really nice mix of sort of competitive and collaborative, which sounds like almost I struggle
a
for
contradiction.
words. Well, it sounds like an analogy, a euphemism. I struggle for words sometimes, but it encapsulates your relationship the way you described it to me.
Yes, it's competitive and collaborative. Yes, all right. Well, I'll do that. I'll base the charts on the ones you've sent me. I'll flip them into the Sunday paper.
Well, what I'll do is I'll post you a fresh set, and I'll have to, like I said, I have to post them to you because I don't because you're not paying me. But what I'll do is I'll post you a fresh set, and maybe if you can return those. When they're completed, or maybe even you could just another way is you can maybe just ask your partner the questions and just tick the boxes yourself and just kind of do it gradually over dinners, over your lasagna or over your mother's lasagna or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Okay, I can do that.
Terrific. But listen, Vincent, but it's been great. But our time is up, and look, this, I hope you're feeling better, and you're sounding better, and
yeah, I feel better. Yeah, it's good. It's just a bit awkward at the moment at home because all our spoons are bent for some reason. So I've got to go out and buy some new cutlery.
Yes.
But other than that, all good. All good.
Well, terrific. Well, we'll speak soon, and take care. All the best. Cheerio.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Michael.